Unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Hey, Buff Nation, voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson here, looking ahead to the 2022 season. Joining us, one of the veterans. He's an old-timer now. Brady Russell, tight end for the Buffaloes. Good Lord, you've been here like, what, 9 years now?
I think it's 10.
Is it 10?
You're off one.
Take us through camp so far. 1 week in a camp, great off-season by all accounts. How you feel about things?
I feel great. I'm freaking fired up about it, really. The intensity I've seen this team come out with in camp surpassed everything I was expecting and hoping for. So everything's going better than planned already.
It's funny you say that because the 4 or 5 days I've been out of practice, the energy seems sky high. Now, initially you kind of expect that. Everyone's excited to get out there. But 4 or 5 days in, a lot of times you can see that starting to wane. Doesn't seem to be happening with this team. Where's that coming from?
I think a lot of it is having a collective leadership more than, like in the past, it's been hard to get many guys going because there was 2 or 3 of us that were vocal and trying to lead the team.
Right.
But now, I mean, every single play you hear the whole O-line talking to each other. You have tight ends talking to the O-line. You have quarterbacks talking to each other. We have one thing I've noticed that I've been really impressed with is the way I've done it too, where I mess up on hearing a call or something, and I'm asking the quarterback, and he's telling me what's going on, or the quarterback, I'll help him out, be like, no, that can't happen here. We have to do this. And talking with the receivers and stuff too, the communication that's going on, I think, is one of the biggest differences I've noticed in this team, which is huge.
I think last year we saw great growth with you, all right? Was there a moment you can think of where did it click with you and you thought, you know what, I can really play at this level and maybe have an opportunity after this? Was there a moment like that, or was it kind of a gradual process with you?
Shoot, I think that moment was 5 years ago. I just never really got opportunities.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say I was always the same player that I was last year, but I've just been waiting for so long on opportunities, and I thought I would hope they'd present themselves eventually, and I think they are this year. And I think I don't know, they always say patience is a virtue, and I think that's going to pay off.
Right.
So.
You know, there's some on top of Brady. By the way, there's some pretty talented tight ends on this team, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you feel good about the depth in that room?
Yes, sir. We're definitely coming along. It's a slow process. It's that we have to make urgent at the same time because they are so young and inexperienced. I think Caleb might be the only other one with offensive snaps, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So there's experience, things that I know that I have to try to instill in them without them getting the reps, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So we're coming along quickly, though, and the cool thing that I'm seeing right now is we're coming along a lot more quickly than we were in the spring because of our progress that we made in the summer, the work we put in off the field, on the field, but in our off time, whether that was in the film room, because, I mean, here's one cool thing Coach Patterson had us do. We had to teach, not me, the young tight ends that were here in the spring had to teach the brand new tight ends the entire offense themselves. So, as you could imagine, that obviously makes them learn things a lot quicker and helps.
A lot of mental gymnastics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going into that. This new system with Mike Sanford as the offensive coordinator, and really, you mentioned Coach Patterson, there's Coach Savant, a lot of news, Coach McKagan and the wide receivers. There's a lot of energy that comes from those guys.
Yes, sir.
You like the feel of what that staff, those changes have done for this program?
Oh, I love it. Because one thing I like about it, too, is while it's all business, it's also fun. We're out there having a great time. When we do mess up, guys are messing up at 100 miles an hour because they aren't afraid to make mistakes, because our coaches encourage us. For example, I made a mistake today on a play, and Coach Patterson came up and he's like, you have to do this, but I love the way that you ran the play wrong, essentially. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we aren't scared to mess up now, which can fix a lot of issues.
Yeah.
So
the expectations externally might not be real high for this program. What makes you optimistic by what you see internally?
I think what makes me optimistic is a lot of it's the intensity. A lot of it is just, it's the want to, I guess, out of the team.
Yeah.
In the past, I give this example to people sometimes. The beginning of the summer, when I first got here, when people would come for team runs, we have a team run at 8. There's guys walking through the food line at 7:45, not getting anything, getting their names checked off and going down.
Right.
This year we had almost the entire team was there at 6:45 when breakfast opens, getting food, getting a good meal in the weight room, warming up, getting their bodies prepared. And it's been that whole way from the beginning of the summer and continuing now, where there's guys getting extra work in the weight room, making sure their bodies are taken care of. You see it in the little details is probably the biggest difference.
It's the old Elvis line, right? TCB, taking care of business.
Yes, sir.
Exactly right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's going to happen when he finally leaves here. I'll miss him. We talk all the time. All right, good luck this season.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Appreciate it.
Tight end, Brady Russell. We look ahead to 2022 for the Colorado Buffaloes.
Cheers.